Today, we're making Mexican lasagna. You're gonna love this recipe. It's so simple and it's so adaptable. So come on with me and jump on in. And I'm gonna start by just browning a pound of ground beef. We're just gonna brown it and then we'll add our taco seasoning to it when it's ready. And you just follow the directions on the package of taco seasoning that you have. You can use any kind, really. You can have your own homemade taco seasoning if you want. Mine was on sale this week at the grocery store, so I just picked up a packet. It's already ready. So it's just a basic taco seasoning packet, just like this. It's all you need. It doesn't take it very long for this ground beef to brown. Just a few minutes. Okay, we've got the ground beef browned, and I've drained a little bit of the grease off of it. Mine wasn't too greasy today. You just drain it however you need to. And so now it's time to just add our seasoning packet. You just sprinkle it all over. And then you add, this package says 3/4 cup of water. And then we're just gonna let that simmer just for a few minutes. It doesn't take long. Starting to smell like Mexican food in here. Okay, I think that looks good. Looks like most of that water has cooked out of it, and I've switched to my spoon now. So that's going to be a little more helpful. I'm just going to set it off to the side. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take some of our salsa and I'm just going to add it right into the meat here. I don't really measure this. You can put however much you like. That's probably about a cup, I'm guessing. And that may be about right. So just like that, just stir it up and get it mixed pretty well. And then, it's so easy because now it's just a matter of assembling our layers in our Mexican lasagna. Okay, I'll set this on here. Set that right there. I'll bring this back over. Okay, and I'm going to do this in a 9x13 pan, and I'm just going to go ahead and give it a quick spray just to keep things from sticking too much. And then we just start taking tortillas. And I'm going to layer about 3 of these smaller tortillas down in the bottom of this pan. And then the next step I'm going to do, we're going to have a little bit of a creamy layer in it. So I've got some sour cream here, and I'm going to add some cream of chicken soup. This is just going to give a little extra flavor and a little extra creaminess to this casserole, to this Mexican lasagna. Okay. And you want about equal parts of sour cream and cream of chicken soup. So I think 2 cans is going to be about the right amount with what sour cream I had in the bowl already. All right. And then I'm just going to kind of give this a quick stir and mix it up together. And really, you could do this step while you're browning your meat. You know, you don't have to stir that meat every second, so you can have all the other ingredients ready. And when that meat's done, you just layer, layer, layer in your dish. Be real quick. Okay, that looks pretty good. So what I want to do first, since I've got our tortillas down in the bottom, I'm going to take a little bit of the meat, probably about half of the mixture, and I'm just going to start layering it in here. Let's see if I can just spoon it like that. Yeah, that's probably about half. Doesn't have to be exact. It's all going to come together anyway. But that looks pretty good. Okay. And so now I'm going to take a little bit of this creamy mixture, and I'm just going to kind of dollop it around before I spread it. About like that. Okay. Okay. There we go. Now we're going to take a little bit of cheese and just give it kind of a light sprinkle over the layer here in the middle. That looks pretty good. And so now we're just going to repeat the layers. You just take the tortillas, and this dish gets a little bit wider as you get to the top. So I may use 4 tortillas on this layer here. You just judge your dish however much you think it needs. And so I'm going to use the rest of our meat mixture. Just kind of spread this over the top. Okay. Just like this. And the thing I love about this dish is it is so adaptable because, you know, a lot of the ingredients in different Mexican foods are similar, and you can just use whatever you like. If you wanted to add beans to this, you could add refried beans as a layer. You could add black beans to it. You know, if you wanted fresh tomatoes in it instead of the salsa, or if you wanted both of them, you could certainly do that as well. It's just really adaptable. And now we go with our creamy layer. This may actually be a little bit more of this than we need today. Let's see how that spreads out. If so, we'll have to find something else to use the rest of that with, won't we? Okay, and then instead of putting cheese on this layer right here, I'm just going to top it with some more of our tortillas, and I am going to use 4 of these on the top as well for this dish. And then I'm going to come back in with just a little more salsa, just the plain salsa, and put over the tortillas. And honestly, you can't mess this dish up. You can layer it in different order. You can layer it with different things that you like. It's just all gonna taste good. You cannot mess it up. Okay. I didn't have quite enough salsa. I'm gonna open this jar. We got a little bit more in here. I'm just gonna pour a little bit more on top. And you can use whatever kind of salsa you want. You can even make your own homemade, and sometimes I do that. So you can use your homemade salsa, you can use your favorite brand. I happen to have this one today, so that's what we're using. So almost going to use it up. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, so now that we've got that salsa on top of the tortillas, then we're just going to finish it off with a layer of cheese on top. And you might want to be a little bit more generous with this layer than you were in the middle. And this is going to be just about right. Okay. And that's it. You saw how quickly that came together. I mean, it really just takes a few minutes. the longest part of it really is browning your ground beef. So once you have that done, you can have this in your oven within just a few minutes. It's really quick for a weeknight dinner. You could even make this ahead, have it in your fridge, ready to just pop in the oven when you get home from work one day. That would be a great way to do it too. So anyway, let's put it in the oven. It's going to bake at 350 degrees. We're going to do it for about 30 minutes. We're going to check that cheese on top and see if we think it needs a little bit longer or if it's ready in 30 minutes. So anyway, let's go put it in the oven. All right, come back and see how it looks at the end. All right, it smells really good in here and our timer just went off. It's time to take our Mexican lasagna out. That's perfect. 30 minutes was just right. Melted that cheese just right. It's all bubbly and hot. Can't wait to taste it. Okay, and let me show you the way that we usually top ours. We just take a little bit of finely chopped lettuce. You can put as little or as much as you like. And then just a few fresh tomatoes. And then a little bit of green onion. And there you go. That's the way we usually eat it. So that's how we usually top it. You could also put some extra sour cream on top if you like. I think there's enough in the lasagna itself, so we don't usually do that. We just use the lettuce and the tomatoes and the little green onions, and it's delicious that way. It brings a little bit of freshness to the dish. Okay, let's get a bite. Let's get a little bit of all the fresh stuff with it and see how it is. It's really good. It's a kid pleaser too. If you've got kids and you're looking for something new that you think they'll like, give this one a try. It's really delicious. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Mary Catherine's Table. If you have, I hope you'll hit the subscribe button. We'll have more content like this. Let me know what you think about this dish. Let me know other dishes you'd like me to show. I'm happy to do that. I'd love to hear what you have to think. Thanks again for joining me. And remember, find someone who needs a little bit of kindness today and give them some of yours.